Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. I'm the mysterious JG, and I started a video, got like 20 seconds in, and had a little glitch, so I killed it. But this was the path into the town of Besaid. This is the next screen over. We are on Besaid Island. We are looking for Waka / a cave. Either one will do. And our first clue is to check the area where people used to pray for luck before going on journeys, which is here. There was a cinematic here where you could gain affinity with your party members by praying as Tidus, or you could ignore it and watch. 0. There's a path here that goes nowhere, because this is how you get out of a swimming sequence in Final Fantasy X, but they were too lazy to redo the map. I shit you not. Little stuff like that drives me nuts. There's some real... I mean, it's a good game overall. I enjoyed it. It's certainly worth it, like, whatever, $50 it was new. But there's a real laziness about some parts of this game. Anyway, this was in the last game, too. Just kind of introducing the idea of big ancient machina nobody understands. And somewhere up there is a thing to interact with. So we have a 0 and now a 6. And over here was something that we're not being allowed to interact with. Probably because it's left over from the previous game.
Any trouble?
We're fine. How about you guys?
We're in all sorts of trouble.
My heart is aching.
Huh?
Nothing.
Are you creeping me out now, brother? Brother Dave Sullivan. Seemed like there'd be more going on with this machine than there was in the last game. And of course in this game, with all the ability to jump around, you never know where stuff might happen. So we had, what, 0 and 6? I've already forgotten. I have already forgotten. Ah, shoot. You know what? I'm gonna run from enemies that would probably be faster to just defeat. But now that pain is gone, I don't want the... Yeah, I should have just attacked. Bear in mind that even though Yuna is using the Brotherhood sword, which had Water Strike in the last game when Tidus used it, it does not have any elemental affiliation in this game, because it's just her character sprite is designed to use that sword. And it can be imbued with Water Strike or whatever strike. Do I want, Well, I'm not really showing off the dress spheres right now, so I guess it's fine. It was 6, right? Yeah, so, okay, just double checking. 0, 6. Be really handy as if I somehow, without realizing it, in my off-screening picked up the charm bangle item. I know how to get it, and in fact, part of me thought I should have gone and taken care of that before we got going with Besaid, just to skip random encounters. But I kind of promised we'd deal with Besaid first. So after we deal with the mission on Besaid, we'll probably go get a charm bangle, which will allow us to avoid all random encounters. You know, can't get out of boss fights and stuff, but...
So what's next?
Can I get something to cover my midriff next? It'll be, yeah, her midriff is exposed in this outfit too, isn't it? Well, actually, no. She's got kind of a low-cut number in the front there, but,
No problem.
this is about as tough as enemies on Besaid get. We're over-leveled. This would probably be a good enemy to consider running from, if you got here with no other leveling done. So she's got a similar thing where there's a little, very skimpy bottom with a half dress. So one side you can see a lot, and the other side you can't. What the hell was she saying? Was that Japanese or Albed? Of course, Riku, rather than wearing Daisy Dukes with a half dress, is wearing, like, you know, swim trunks. Briefs. Now, I think we ought to be able to jump down here somewhere. I thought we could do that in the previous game. There's definitely a way to teleport down there in the last game. But the problem is, without the charm bangle, you run around exploring this stuff and it turns into you getting into a bunch of extra random encounters. For some reason I feel like Pain should be using a different dress sphere. She's probably already learned all the gunner stuff though. No, she hasn't. We might have her transform into a gunner next time so you guys can see the exciting Sailor Moon-esque transformation sequence. So 0 and 6, I don't think we can go that way because I think, again, that might lead to something that in the no, never mind, that's over here. But again, this will lead us to a place where you can jump into the water because Walk Up playfully shoved Tidus into the water and then snuck up behind him and tried to drown him and threatened him and forced him to join the Aurochs, if you'll recall. It's my favorite little stretch of Final Fantasies is when Tidus first arrives on Besaid and befriends Waka, Lulu, and Yuna, and then the entire sequence right after Luca, where they're just setting out on the Miha High Road. I don't know what it is about those sequences, I just really like them. The start of the journey, and then, like, it's, again, Miha High Road's like the restart of the journey. Okay. So, I think they're going to give it away here by having these kids jumping up and down, probably, right? Oh. Ooh, no fair. Well, certainly they're showing off that you can get up here. Hey, I bet you can't climb up here. I did. That's why I'm able to talk to you, kid. Eight. So we got 0, 6, 8. And now somewhere else there will be another one.
Yuna here? Huh. That was weird.
That was weird.
It's nothing.
So brother is perving on Yuna? Is that what's supposed to be happening? I don't really get it. So this is like the only place we haven't explored. I guess we're looking for a big purple-pink icon to indicate a code fragment. Because there's a little 4-digit passcode that I kind of wandered right by it without showing it, but oh, well, anyway, there's where it is. I was thinking, like, you can force break it. There's no penalty for putting in a wrong combination. So having 3 of the 4 is really enough. Except we don't know for sure what order these go in. Oh, wait a minute. No, we were walking right by. It's down here somewhere. 0, 6, and 8. Seems like it's in the water, but it's not. It's here. What was it? 8. So 0, 6, and 2 8s. That actually makes it a little easier. As I understand it, the combinations change from game to game, but not from like save to save. So if I find all of them and save, like, I'm only mentioning this because of that Besaid key item. The Besaid key item ties into a second set of 4 combinations. And you can, this is like what Split Infinity, who seems to be, I don't know, I keep coming across his facts. He's like some kind of game facts guru who writes, I think he gets a lot of traffic because he manages to write a whole bunch of text so his facts on Game Facts are the largest in kilobytes. Because there's so much in them. Anyway, I don't know why I'm picking on this guy. I don't even know him. But I googled the Besaid key because I was curious about it. And it turns out that indeed you do get the key later on without paying for it, which I thought. But to get it in Act 1, you'd have to buy it, which is not impossible. If you do the trick I've done to get the 426,000 gil, you can keep doing that and get up to 9,000. It's a thing. 900,000. But like Split Infinity or whatever his name is, recommends you do that, even though that's a lot of work. And then save your game, buy it, find out what the numbers are, then load your game, and use those numbers without buying the key to cheat the game. And I'm like, well, at that point, why don't you just fucking try every combination? Anyway, this was not here in Final Fantasy X. And this is apparently the cave entrance, even though it's guarded by a door. Collected cipher 0886. So it does remember them for you, which is nice. Access granted. So I was actually a little worried about forgetting that first one, or second one, but there was no reason to do it. Oh, and hey, what did I say? When we found the cave, we would likely find Waka.
Something
It has
wrong.
come to pass that the
We came to
Countess...
check on you.
Is there something in this cave?
Well, there's
Yeah,
rock.
something like that. Who knows? Maybe it's not here, yeah? But I thought, what if? Maybe it's for real. Then again, maybe it never was.
You want to explain?
Been so long, I'm not sure anymore.
I don't know what's going on, man.
So, you're saying there's something that might be here, and you want to know for sure, right?
Pain,
Right.
wading
But
through the
you
bullshit.
see, I want to know, and then I sort of don't want to know.
Oh man, make up your mind. What is this thing anyway?
Well, see, I heard there was this old spear.
Got it, shut up, we're getting the
A
spear.
Of what?
A spear of, you know.
My
What does it
penis.
matter? Hey, whoa!
We're sphere hunters, remember?
So get the fuck out of the way.
It's as good as ours.
All right, go Wings.
I just made it
Time
clear
for
that this is
business.
deeply personal to me, and I'm not even sure I want it. Oh, whatever.
The go-wings, huh?
I'll just sit here until you come back, yeah? Seriously, what the hell? Get up and help us or leave, or... It might not even be here, yeah? Still, you guys have triggered crazy new music, yeah? Somebody should be a thief, because I'm pretty sure there's a boss at the end of the cave here. Although I think they've all learned all the thief skills, so... Yeah, they've all mastered thief. Are they all using the same grid? Intrepid, Intrepid, Intrepid. Intrepid increases... You know what? There's really no point for me using that. That's something I was using for off-screen building up AP. I don't remember how I got this one, but it must have been something that... Oh, ribbon. Yeah, this is a very high-end garment grid for us to have at this point, so I think I got it from the off-screen crazy game. So we'll have Yuna start as a warrior and turn into a thief, so you can see that. That'll be fun. And I think I'll give everybody Still of the Night, because it gives you some vaguely useful debuff spells that you can use. Dragon Wars debuff. Probably going a little overboard in preparing for this boss, considering how easy this is likely to be, since everybody's at like level 19 to 20 or so, and they probably should be more like around level 5 or 6. Maybe not quite that low, but yeah, you level up pretty quickly. The level cap is 99, and we're in Act 1, and we're at level 20. So, you know, you don't really need, I think, to be at level 99 to beat the final boss, the story bosses either. There's plot bosses that are, post-story bosses, or let's say non-story bosses that are tougher, but whatever. If my memory serves, this cave is very short. There are random monsters, but if you jump straight through it, you're going to get to the boss
This is
very quickly.
brother. You alright, Yuna?
Seriously, stop calling.
Yes, sir.
Just ignore him.
Ignore the fact that he cares about you not dying horribly, you know. So there's probably bonus treasure here, because I think the other path is the main way to go. Well, I guess this is where Yuna can transform so we can see that.
You won't be needing that, will
Oh,
you?
never mind. I shut off. Oh yeah, because I was off screening and actually switching back and forth to get bonuses. I wasn't actually. Never mind. If we care about that sort of thing, and it's not really that important, but for purposes of LPing, I'll put on the sphere changes so that we can see little goofy Sailor Moon-esque animations. Potion ×2. I have a feeling that, yep, that was probably wasted. We're at 99 for that. Most of our money has come from winning a bunch of crappy items in the off-screen leveling I was doing and selling them. So, in fact, there's a lot of stuff where we're maxed out inventory-wise. This LP is mostly going to be about me making my zany comments on the story. Ikuyo? She is speaking Japanese. Why?
Sorry we had to win.
I'm not.
We will be out of things to do on Besaid very shortly. It wasn't really a whole lot of... Wow, that was all one button press, and then I deliberately let go. How the hell did she get down then? It's very silly. I guess we'll save in case I screw something up, but I'm not like terribly concerned about this boss, as you can probably tell. Game will get tougher. And in fact, if I tried to do things to prevent gaining experience while gaining all the skill points and stuff for the girls. So if I'd not done that, I could have like power leveled up to a ludicrous level off screen while watching Mystery Science Theater. That wasn't my intention. But actually, using monsters instead of my party members to do it is part of why they're not stupid over leveled at this point. Use Master Thief on the Coil. It seems like it might have something useful. Phoenix down ×2, not really. Blaster is pretty damn powerful, and I wish I had not let it get that off. But Yuna got her magic back, and we're right next to the damn save sphere, so... And we're using a... Oh, that's right, everyone except Yuna has something that nullifies all elemental magic, which is actually going to make this boss even a little bit easier. Well, let me go back to my original plan and let you guys see... No, wait, Yuna can start as a thief and then switch. Come on, this isn't... This isn't the battle that I... This is the boss battle. Like, we get to where we're touching the thing you interact with to trigger the boss battle. Because there's a cave no one knew about behind a door with a cipher lock that wasn't visible in Final Fantasy X. And inside of the cave is a glowing pedestal with a sphere set on top of it. Of course. We'll pick it up, won't you? Oh, guys.
Find a sphere and the fiends appear.
I think that's how it goes. Triumph, the info comic dog. So let's use Master Thief on this. Oh, it's oversold. Well, I guess you get to see that now, because we are going to fight an oversold version of this thing before we fight a regular version of it. I don't know that we want her in that class. Well... Ooh. Well, it certainly slows your actions. Get you back to warrior. I'm feeling it is going to be immune to silence and blind in its oversoul state, at least. Though it might be worth trying. See if it's immune to power break. It is not. Flame Breath is going to hurt Yuna, but nobody else. Oh, it doesn't even hurt Yuna. I guess she's also defending against that, so that's good. So yeah, we're not going to fight the normal version of this. It's oversold. because we beat a bunch of dragon-type enemies in my off-screening. It's immune to silence, although it's not using magic, so silence was an odd thing for me to try anyway. I guess I thought it was winding up for a spell.
I've got it.
So it's not really using physical
What's the line,
attacks.
Buster?
But we're prepared for it if it does. Its flame breath is pretty powerful, except that I'm completely defending against fire. Matter of fact, I think I fought this exact enemy using monsters equipped with the things that guard against fire, because it's in its Oversoul state. All it seems to do is defend against fire. Whereas to use a powerful attack on everyone that's fire-based. I might find out I'm completely wrong, though. Bruiser tail, that hurt. That really did hurt. Okay, so I'll use high potions since I've got enough of them. I've certainly got enough of them. Oh, it's doing a percentage damage anyway. As a flame dragon, you'd think maybe it's weak against ice. It should be doing ice. Either way, I'm taking down its defense with this. It does really seem to be doing damage based on a certain percentage of my hit points, as opposed to just raw damage. But no, whatever, we won. So now we've beat one of those Oversoul, which is nice because we have to beat every enemy in the game Oversoul once to get the best Garnet
One more for the
Grim.
Go-Wings!
One more for my baby, and one more for the Go-Wings. You scored the White Mage Dress Sphere. That'll be something else I can level up for everybody. Should probably actually throw it onto the dress sphere. As a matter of fact, should probably put it in the place of this stupid festival thing that I'll never use. And what does the White Mage Dress Sphere have for us? Everyone starts off with Pray and Cure. You can learn Vigor, which I guess is a free HP to the user thing. Asuna, Life, Shell. You also get Protect. For some irritating reason, Cure, Cura, Curaga are all separate things you have to learn, even though they're all accessible right from the beginning. Well, you have to learn them in sequence, I suppose. Then I think you get stuff that slows down your cast time. I don't think you learn Holy as a white mage in this game. I think that's like a separate dress sphere that you have to do. And as you see, they all roughly look like, well, except for Pain, they all have like hoods that they wear when they're white mages, because why wouldn't they? And we got to get back out of here before the plot will continue along. Yeah. Oh, yes, caught a little bit off guard by that boss being oversold. He's selling too much. That Dolph Ziggler sells a little bit too much. I mean, he sells good, but he oversells. Sorry, Steve Austin. Alright, Una, for fuck's sake, jump off of the thing. I mean, there's no penalty for me failing other than you doing a stupid-looking dance. Then just get on with it. Okay, hopefully we can take out this Coel before it uses Blaster. And Riku shoots it right in the face, but apparently she didn't hit it in the face because it's a Mirelurk, and if she'd shot it in the face, she would probably one-shot it. I'm gonna, if I don't stop fighting all these enemies, I'm gonna overlevel, but it is just as fast, for LP terms, to kill the enemies as it is usually to run. My midriff is totally unprotected, but it's no problem. This is by no means the most ludicrous, oversexed portrayal of a fantasy female knight.
We sure did.
Yuck.
Let's take a look.
Well, thanks for not looking at it without me. Yeah, that would have been heartbreaking. Hey, look, there's your parents. They're rocks. He thought it was a sphere of his parents. Oh, there's a little clue, though, that there's something going on at the waterfall we got to check out later. There's a sphere. And there's a treasure chest under the bridge. And I think I actually saw how to get to it now. We scored the key item Besaid sphere.
This it?
Nah, afraid not.
No, this is it. This is all that's on the sphere. Didn't help us either. It's not like it was chock full of clues about how to find Tidus.
Well, it's a sphere of our parents. Chapu said he found it.
The lying son of a bitch who looks just like Tidus.
Oh, your brother.
Brother,
He was a crusader. Now he's gone on to the far plane. Fiend got our parents not long after Chapu was born.
But they gave him the spear before they left.
Remember their faces, you know? When we were kids, we got into a fight one time, and Chapu said, I found a sphere with Mom and Dad in it, but I'm not telling you where it is.
And
He
you
was,
never asked him?
Yanking your
I was
chain,
too
Walker.
boneheaded to let my little brother win. So I went on without asking until I just forgot about it.
You are kind of a bonehead.
Then yesterday, talking with you made me think about it again. Chapu used to play in this cave, so I thought maybe he found a sphere
Oh,
here,
you mean the
yeah?
cave that was until recently forgotten by all of the
when
island?
I came to look, I got to thinking.
About what?
Well, not much.
See, I got this picture of my parents in my head, yeah? Strong and kind.
Dressed in blitzball
Whenever
uniforms.
things got tough, those are the parents I imagined. But their real faces might be totally different, yeah? I think about that, and I'm not so sure I really want to know.
Aww. Not to
I
mention the
was
fact that
sitting
your
there
brother
trying
was lying
figure
to
out
you.
what to do, and then you guys showed up.
Oh, that's our Waka.
A useless
The
idiot.
sphere might still be somewhere on the island.
It's not,
Should
Yuna.
we look
Chapu
for it?
made it up.
Nah, that's all right. I'm through worrying about that stuff.
Well, maybe you should look for
What's
it because you're
past is
spear
past,
hunters.
yeah? Can't let
You're
it get
dumb
to
enough
me.
to think it's real.
I'm going to be a father soon. Gotta pull it together.
Yeah.
That's right, Dad.
Now make fun of his weight.
Huh. But, just how am I supposed to pull it together?
Oh.
Sure wish I had something to go by, you know?
Well, maybe look at other parents. Oh, Riku, what the fuck do you know about it?
You read me? You guys about finished down there? Brother's starting to get on my nerves.
Well, then kick him off the ship.
Yeah, we'll be back soon.
Fuck Lulu and Waka. I don't care about them anymore. So that's it. We accomplished the mission. We can hang around on Besaid, but all we do is have, like, non-voice acted dialogue. We got the protection halo garment grid, though. Actually, we warp back to the ship. We'd have to make a special trip to go down to Besaid and have unvoice acted dialogue from Lulu and Waka. It's a thing we could do. So Waka wants to see father in action. He can forget about that good-for-nothing Pop of mine. Pop's Machina always break when you need him most. You see, all this little dialogue would have been voice acted in Final Fantasy X. I don't. First there's a sphere, then there isn't. Is he always like that? I know. I wanted to cut him off. Anyway, so yeah, Waka. Poor Waka. Nervous about being a dad. Surrounded by a bunch of women who have no sympathy whatsoever. Waka needs some male friends. I guess he's got the other members of the Aurochs. I mean, we can't assume just because they're so minor in the games that, you know, Waka doesn't, like, talk to them. You know, I could have sworn... Yeah, okay, you can jump down from there. Earlier in the game I couldn't, but it was because I hadn't unlocked the tutorial on jumping around like an idiot. Okay, so now we've only got one hotspot left in Xanarkand. We can go back to Besaid. You grew up in Besaid, not a peep about Chapu's sphere yet. Maybe that comes up later in the story and I've forgotten, but to me it seems pretty obvious. As little kids, Chapu and Walker are fine. I remember some of the fights that I had with Bobo when we were little. I'm not real proud about the way I conducted myself. He also conducted himself as just a little kid because, hey, we were little kids, you know? And if the circumstances for us are the same, is it inconceivable that one of us would lie about something like that? I don't know. Chapu sounds like he might have been a bit of a dick. But the idea that they go into this cave and there's nothing there, and that the only reason they thought there might be something there is because of something a small child said to make their brother angry during an argument, I don't know that we ever should have been all that confident of finding a spear. That's all I'm saying. I never was any good at deciding things. I gotta get my act together, yeah? See, that's it. That's... If Warren was still around... okay, I do remember this. If Warren was still around, he'd give me a good tongue lashing, I bet. That's really the only mention... Without getting into it too much, there's a sphere you can find where Orin actually appears, because it's spheres are recordings from the past, that you wouldn't find in a normal playthrough. As a matter of fact, you have to say you can't get 100% in one playthrough if you do this, because you have to give up another quest to get it. But there is a thing you can find, a recording of Orin, and talking to a character that we had otherwise did not know had any connection with Orin. And it's kind of a neat little piece of semi-enticing piece of backstory that never goes anywhere because it's just totally optional. I never noticed that her belt ties off on the side there. Weird. Anyway, she still has a weird rat tail thing too. But yeah, that's otherwise. This is the only mention of Orin in the entire game, which is weird. No, that's not true. I just completely forgot about Act 5. Whatever, shut up. JG. Yeah, but nobody really seems all that... I mean, clearly I get that Yuna's primary thing that she's concerned about is Tidus, but it's a little surprising that Orin's name doesn't come up more often. He's always like this. Like what? Sitting there quietly? He's got more things to say than you do, Lulu. Anyway, considering that absolutely nothing came from us coming in... Oh, no, wait. There is a reason to come back. That guy, assuming we didn't wreck it forever by lying to him about having been in the cave. Now we've been in the cave. That guy told us to come back and talk to him after we'd been in the cave. He was going to tell us a secret. So I don't think I've ever bothered to follow up on this before. Let's see what it is. Probably gives us a clue about something I already know about. Yes, I have. That cave possesses more secrets than just the cipher sealing its entrance. There are, in fact, 4 more ciphers barring the less resourceful from the cave's true bounty. Clues to the ciphers are scattered throughout Besaid. It is said these clues can only be uncovered using a search sphere. Yeah, I did know about this, although it's nice that the game tells you about it, because I think I found out about it through a fact. I don't suppose you have one. Search sphere? It is one of the temple's treasures. We keep it in a chest in the other room, but unfortunately... And that's the deal. We found a treasure chest with a Besaid symbol on it, and we found a key for sale for like a lot of gil. The search sphere is inside of that cave, or that chest, and it will allow us to find another set of treasures, including, I think, a fairly high-end garment grid. So we could get it by buying the key, or we can wait and come back later, because we will actually come across the key for free. Oh, I had a key with the emblem of Besaid on it, but I already sold it to a traveler. He said he was on his way to the cave up north, wherever that is. So there you go. You have a brief opening during which you can buy the key. And now, the thing I'm thinking of where you get it for free is eventually you end up that traveler who went to the cave up north. Later in the game here, we'll be coming across him and we'll be getting the key from him. But it's not something we need to worry about now. Just because I feel like it was fun to have done that little extra bit of story, I will save again, even though we didn't really make any new progress. And I'm going to call it a session here, because it's time to watch the Royal Rumble. But when we come back, folks, I shouldn't say, because I think I'm going to go a few days before I get another chance to record, but the plan, and you can call me out next time if I don't follow it, but the plan I've got in mind as I record this tonight is go get a charm bangle so we can avoid random encounters while I'm just wandering around showing you guys stuff. And then we probably want to do we'll go and see Kumari. Yeah, get some of that stuff done. Finishing the hotspot at Xanarkand won't end the act. However, the hotspot that triggers after that will end the first act, we probably want to go to that location, Killick Island as it happens, and explore around there before it becomes a hotspot, just in case we miss content by not doing that. Either way, folks, I'm out. Catch you guys next time with more of Final Fantasy X-2. Bye-bye.